We have 29 minutes. Make it snappy. Let's clear the throat.
Welcome to Kidmin Backstage, the place where we talk about kids ministry and take a peek behind the scenes. We try to share a little bit of what we've learned that works for us and some of our failures so you can avoid them. We release a new episode every Friday, and this is your backstage pass to see the magic or disaster that happens behind the scenes of our kids ministry. I'm your host, Gabe Baker, and today I am joined by Aneisha and Shaylee.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Insert audience claps. All right,
Yeah,
so you guys are
have
back. It's been a while. It seems like it's been a
Yeah,
while.
wait.
at least a
You
week
should
or
put
two.
like those sparkly sound effects every time you say our names, like the.
That would be good.
and then the audience clap right after. But it has to be like this.
Yeah, well, you guys already have your pink microphone covers, and so,
and we've ordered a banner from her granny.
and so you guys are gonna have to start pitching in on the editing, I think.
Oh,
That's fine.
we can wear all orange if it helps.
Blend into the background.
Like green screen.
Oh, that'd be so
All
good.
right, well, so today is a little different than what we do. A lot of times we have a title or a topic, but I guess you could say the title of kind of what we're going to be talking about.
Is the magic or disaster of the day.
So I basically, I think we're going to title this podcast, I put it in my file at least, is a peek behind the scenes. And so, this is Kidmin Backstage, but today we're going to really kind of take a peek behind the scenes because we just kicked off our Gladiator theme, and I did do a little bit of behind the scenes with Aaron and Brent on our conference, and so that was kind of fun. But we're kicking off the story. This is going to go for 15 weeks, and so today we kicked it off. By the time this airs, we'll be into it a little bit further. But anyway, it was, and I guess part of the reason why we want to talk about this, like you said, the magic and disaster, is that the script is a little different than what we've done before. Typically, it's very bullet pointed. And so now,
Usually
there's
it's
lines.
3 pages. Today's
and
script
it's usually
is
3 pages.
what? 6 pages?
6 pages, including the caching sheet.
Yeah.
And that's combining the mic schedule into
Yeah.
the casting sheet.
Yeah.
So,
I want to preface with he sent this out last night
yeah.
at 11:58. Please memorize everything specifically, and if you don't, you'll never be in Sunday school again.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we did get it yesterday though.
Did get it yesterday, and so
Read it this morning, in fact.
We're working on the trying
I
to-
got here and I was like, this is not what I remember.
Yeah. So we are. It's a little different, and we're kind of delving into. We're going to try it out anyway. It's an experiment, and so today, I think that overall, it was good.
I thought
There's
it was good.
definitely some kinks to work out, but I
Yeah.
think it was good. It was
I think
overall.
Well, also Brendan's like, do you think I could hide my phone somewhere behind this cup so I can read my lines? I was like,
Well, Dawson.
Wow. Yeah, we have a
yeah,
picture.
this is so good.
Picture of Dawson.
Dawson's like, he came in the classroom. He's like, I need. And then he just takes my script down. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I just need this. And he opens his robe and puts it in here. And I was like, looking at him. And I was like, here, let me put some blue tape, some painter's tape. We
That's
taped the
so
script
funny.
into the inside of
So
his
he's got
robe so he
script
could read
taped
his
inside of
lines.
his robe.
That's so
He's like, I just need to remember this one part. I was like, what?
Yeah, so in future we need a week. We need a week to memorize the 2 lines. That
Yeah. Well, the plan is hopefully that you'll have all 15 by next Sunday. That's the
that's
plan.
cool. You should put it into book form.
Yeah.
then we could read
well,
it.
you know what's crazy
She'll
is
read it.
I'll read it like
I
that.
did take the I took the script, just the part that's the theme part, because we have offering, prayer requests, all and the Bible story, all those segments too. But I just took the dynamic opening most of the time is theme related. Sometimes it's Bible story, but it's most of the time theme related. And then our theme skit, which is what we call it in the script, is of course the theme. And so it's an ongoing storyline. So I put it into Chat GPT, and I said, make the weeks use only the dynamic opening and theme skit. And I said, make the week's chapters and give me a summarized version, novel style.
That's so cool.
And so it was
That's
kind of
what you,
neat.
is that what you read?
No, that was and then I told it, after I got that, then I told it, I said, summarize this, I think I said 300 words or less or something like that. I said, summarize this. And so that was what I read this morning.
Oh, okay.
That's so cool.
But when I get done, because right now I'm kind of going through, I have outlined through 15, but I'm on, I think, week 7. And so when I get done, I'll send out the script, but then I'm also planning to send out the quote-unquote novel, which would be a few pages
That's
to read.
cool.
And if I can, if it's not too much work, I'm going to try to send an audio, not a dramatized, but just an audio.
You can have
of it.
AI read this to me in different voices.
So I did when I wrote that, I had ChatGPT read it to me. I just asked, I didn't even ask it to. It just has a button. And it was like a woman with an English accent, and it didn't sound like Siri or anything. I mean, it sounded like
Yeah.
it was reading it with inflection and everything. It was really cool.
Scary word.
Have you
out
talked
there.
to it before? Because
No, we can't go down this. No, I can't anymore.
No,
Aneisha
this is
has
supposed to be about the
lengthy,
script. And
deep
so
conversations.
so today was The Spoiled Prince. That's the first
And
week.
boy, he did good.
He did do good.
yeah, he had a jacket and he's like, should I wear open or closed? And I was like, are you bratty? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, open. It just looks bratty.
That's funny.
A ratty?
Bratty.
Oh, bratty.
Yeah, so our summary is the lesson is on humility. Wealth and privilege without humility lead to spiritual poverty. The Bible story was the rich young ruler, found in Matthew 19. And our memory verse was Matthew 19:30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And then our theme summary was young Cassian. That's going to be our hero. Our main character is he's a wealthy and spoiled boy, learns the importance of humility and gratitude as he faces the consequences of his pride and mistreatment of others. Now, he didn't really learn it today, but that's where we're going.
The goal was not accomplished yet.
Yeah, the goal wasn't accomplished yet. So now, I guess to start off is Brennan, who is playing part of Cassian, also plays for Vibrant Praise. And so when we dismiss for Sunday school, sometimes it's after Vibrant Praise sings on Sunday morning, and sometimes it's before they sing.
Yeah.
And so today it was before, and so he was supposed to be in dynamic opening.
Well, he was walking over with me because we both got out at the same time, and we were walking over. And we were just talking, and he's like, "Oh, we'll have to walk over all this trench, because our parking lot is ripped out right now." So we're walking over there, and then he goes and gets the door, and then we're walking up the stairs, and he's like, let me check and see I wonder if I'm supposed to be out there right now. And then he's like looking at the thing, and I was like, I don't want to know. And then I just like ran up the stairs.
That's funny.
Because he
was
didn't remember. Yeah.
That's so funny. What I did is I went out. It wasn't planned this way because we wanted it to be the dynamic opening, obviously. But so I went out and just kind of explained the theme a little bit to the kids, went over the rules, and I explained the theme a little bit to the kids. And I also kind of explained, I realized that this might be necessary because my son, Ashton, was asking me about the conference storyline and asking what was going to happen Sunday. And so I was explaining to him that was its own
different.
thing.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask that because I was not up here for conference. And I was going to ask if it was a separate
It's totally separate.
story.
So at the conference, it was only 2 nights. And so we had like the main character was Malik, and there was a bad guy Varys, and and the Bible story. It was very intertwined to the Bible story, but the Bible story was Apostle Paul, or it was Saul before he became Apostle Paul.
Okay, I see.
And so it was very entwined because he was capturing Christians, forcing them to become gladiators.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But that was its own story. It had a big climax, the big battle at the end and stuff. So now this is the new story where essentially this Cassian, I don't want to give too much away in case there's any kids
he dies
that
at the
would,
end.
Yeah, if there was any kids that would ever listen to this from our Sunday school. But basically Cassian starts out, he's young and spoiled. Next week there's a raid. I did give that much away today. And something's going to happen to Cassian, and so things are going to turn around, and he's not going to be this rich spoiled brat anymore. So, okay.
Thank
Anyway, let's
goodness,
dive
Brennan,
into
you'll be
today.
delivered from your ways.
Spending half our podcast just talking about that. So let's talk about the theme skit and like maybe the dynamic opening a little bit.
Let's.
Wait, dynamic opening?
So, well, the dynamic opening after he did get up here, we went in and he had to.
He was
had the
rushing.
cups. He had the cup, and he's like, "This cup is too cold, or something, or too heavy, or something like that, right?" And so they had to bring another cup, and and Brent, he was, "Oh yes, right away, master." And then Krista came in as Lydia. She's like the wise young servant that's trying to lead him the right way, and she's a continuing character.
Is she like an advisor or something? Like,
no, she's a servant, but she's a Christian.
Okay.
And so she's trying to tell him.
It's like Naaman, you know, the servant girl.
Yeah. And so she she tells him, you know, that sometimes God has ways of teaching us. And all this,
Right.
and then they're like, he's like, I don't need that and all that, and then we had the
He
thunder.
talks about having eternal life or something. I'll have both. I'll have eternal life and something. And then there was thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I was narrating backstage.
Yeah.
That's the video you had there of me standing by the snack table
Yes.
narrating, reading the script in the microphone. So that was kind of cool. We do need to figure out. We probably need better cues because that was a little.
Yeah, it's hard
it was a little
if you're
clunky.
not like doing exact wording. If you're not like memorizing specific lines, but then you need like cue words or something.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
point.
Yeah, we need keywords so that
Yeah.
we can hit the thunder or whatever.
Yeah.
We had a lot of sound effects today.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Well, and then on the next one, you were a servant also, and he trips you.
Yeah, and the glass or dishware, whatever, clattering, falling stuff, that was perfect. I felt like that was on time.
That was cool, yeah.
It was cool.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know
And
about
I had
that.
water in my cup, and I didn't see who it hit, but I did people
Oh
going
my
like
goodness, that was so
wiping
funny.
it out of their
So,
face.
we had the water, so we wanted to just get a little. So we just poured a little tiny bit. She was like, "Tell me when." So it was just a little bit.
It was like, tell me when, and I flipped the whole bottle over.
Yeah. So she flings it when she trips. She flings it across the audience, and then she continues to fall, drops the cup, and Adrian hits the sound effect.
Okay.
Well, it was so funny because there's one little boy I saw on the
Oh
front.
no.
And it hit him, and he's like normally not the best
Oh no!
behaved.
Who was it?
I can't say the name in the podcast.
Say it in the podcast.
No, we can't.
Bleep it
It's
out. I'll do
real.
the bleep.
So anyway, he was just like, he had his hands
Oh, that's
up,
so
like,
funny.
what in the world? He wasn't.
so
I don't think he was really mad. He was just shocked.
That's really
so
funny.
He's like
funny.
looking to, like, did anybody see this? What happened to me?
Well, I
It
heard
was
someone
so
go, he tripped her. Because he was like, you stupid servant, why'd you
Oh,
fall?
yeah.
And he's like, he tripped her. It's so funny.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Well,
that
I
was.
didn't know like when he was gonna, and I remember you saying like, "Oh, you need to be on the stage for this."
Yeah.
Well, he was standing so close to the front edge, and so I was like,
okay.
I'm gonna have to walk so close, and I was like, "Okay, it's gonna trip me." Well, he didn't.
Oh.
So then I turned around and I walked back in front of him. I was like, "I just want to fill your glass," and then that's when he tripped
He
me.
remembered,
But yeah,
like-
he remembered. Like,
Oh, yeah,
he's
I
like, "What are you
was supposed
doing
to
here?"
Oh, that's funny. So then we had Lucius, who's his father, and he comes out and is ashamed of him. You know, like your mom would not be happy about the way you're treating servants.
He was like, "My mom would want me to be counting all of my gold coins."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. So it was funny because in practice today, when I was kind of going over the script, I was like, I wrote it, but I was reading and I was like, and then you just backhand him. But
There should
'cause
be
he's
one
so
point in the
annoying.
story where every single character gets to backhand the
Yeah.
real prince.
Yeah, that would be a great lesson. Unfortunately, there's probably
Violence is
too
the
many of these
answer.
kids that might really experience that, unfortunately.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah, and then Lydia comes in, tells him the story briefly, just summarizes the story of the rich young ruler, and that's where he's like, I can have both, you know, I don't need to give up my wealth and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, you should put that down because you might
Oh.
be covering your face there.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
Then we do the Bible story, and so I did kind of a little bit of a narration, and then we had the actors come out, and so this was it was pretty simple. It's a short story, so we had the characters, we had Jesus, and then we had a main disciple, and then we grabbed like 3 boys, I think, just kind of on the fly. We actually meant to grab them earlier so they could have costumes.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were grabbed.
Yeah, well, so Josh came out and he was like, should we have already grabbed the boys? I was like, yeah, but let's just grab them now because they were coming out. He was in costume. So I was like, just grab them.
That would be a nice thing to have on the back of this page. Like this page back
kids, here.
Yeah.
Oh, in the summary.
In this materials. Materials needed. 3 children from the audience.
3 male children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so they come out and then we have the rich young ruler comes out, and I didn't get to see that whole thing, but I heard Brent doing the rich young ruler where he has to like wrestle with the decision basically of whether to give up his riches or not, and it sounded like he did a really good job.
Okay,
I didn't get to see it, but I heard him like I just don't think I can do that. You know,
Yeah.
and he walks away.
I didn't get to step out into Sunday school at all today, like because the script felt so busy.
It was really
like usually
busy.
I always step out in the Bible story and watch it, like in the middle, but I didn't have a chance to step out.
Well, I walked up today and I was like, hi, do I have a costume? She's like, did you bring one? And I was like, no. She's like, then no. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because
That's
you need
funny.
a costume.
Well,
And like
I
Clancy
wasn't
had a
informed, I'm
costume
sorry.
at conference, and then he just didn't bring it. And I was like, "Where's your costume at?"
Well,
Oh,
this
he
is the
didn't-
rants
he
of
has
a
one and
wardrobe.
he didn't bring it?
He had one at Youth Quest, like half of one, and then I dressed up the rest of it. And he didn't have anything today.
Well,
Come
there were
on,
some in the
Clancy,
women's
we're
dressing
calling you
room.
out.
Oh yeah, Clancy. Just called him out.
But
Name drop
the
on the-
character today, Anna, that you played, I think doesn't appear again. I think it's
Ever.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm kicked
Oh, wow.
out after
but
this.
but you'll be
she
other.
did so bad that she actually was sent to the Lions
Yeah. Yeah.
for tripping.
Oh boy. So then we did the Bible story. Then we had prayer requests, which
You
was
know what should never appear again is my name next to the prayer request sign.
so that was fantastic. We had prayer requests, and we typically have a guy lead prayer
Yeah.
requests, and so we had Shaylee. Shaylee wants to preach anyway, and so
I went out and I was like, I kind of feel with that music. I was like, I feel like a charismatic preacher.
that's funny.
Let's all lift our hands. It was, I mean, I've heard kids say funny stuff, but I was like, just trying to keep a straight face the whole time.
With the
like,
prayer requests?
yes.
Oh, what was some of the prayer
Okay,
requests?
wait,
I didn't
first
hear.
of all, this is really sweet. Like, all of our kids, like, there are 3 things that they wanted to pray for was their pastor, their church, or the building fund. And I thought that was so
wow.
sweet.
That's cool.
Like, it was
That's
so
sweet.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
almost every single one of them. The bus
Okay.
kids, I want to pray for my dog. It died.
yeah,
Okay, 2
yeah.
of those. And then this one kid.
Brett was like, "We don't need to pray for that. They already died."
I was like,
like,
"You pray for
what?
comfort?" Yes, okay. And then the one kid was like, I don't really know if this is a good request. I was like, okay. And he was like, but my mom told me about the 4-leaf clover and how one part is Jesus and
Oh
one
my.
part is God. And I don't remember what the other 2 parts are, but yeah, I was like, okay. I didn't. What do you respond with?
Wow.
I was like, okay.
I didn't know
Anyone
that.
else? Like, it was. I was just like,
I wish I would have been out there. Oh,
oh,
man.
I'm so glad no one really was.
Was it when you started to pray, Dawson remembered, and he's like, oh, I got to go out there.
For what?
She wanted to see you do a prayer request.
Oh, I'm so glad he turned the music
He
way
was
up
like-
too, so I don't have to pray loud.
He was like, I want to video her.
No, I'm so glad he turned the
That's
music
funny.
way up, and so I don't have to pray super loud. And then I was like trying to end it, and the music wasn't going down at all. I was like, okay, everybody can sit down. Like, 'cause the music was so loud.
That's funny.
I was like, I'm
Did
making my exit
you-
because I ended a little
Did
bit
you use the
early.
whole timer?
No. I think I
Okay.
had like a minute left.
Okay, so maybe
Because-
that's why Clancy.
Yeah, because Clancy
I
came
had-
back. He's like,
That's
did
like
prayer
He
go
was
short?
so confused.
Listen, you know how long I was praying for? A long time. It felt like that was a 6-minute
she,
segment.
she was like, that's the longest I've ever
Yeah,
prayed.
my prayer life has been improved.
That was the reason why we had you do it, is so you
Yeah,
could improve
yeah.
your prayer life.
And whatever it takes to get Shaylee to pray. Yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Yeah,
That's
so right after that, and I thought you did use the timer. I couldn't remember, but
There was like a minute left
okay, and it was a
out of a
4 minutes.
7-minute segment.
A
So like,
4-minute segment.
7 10 minutes, something like that.
So we had memory verse next, and so
I prayed for our food. I prayed for our. I'm just joking.
Brennan and Krista are on stage, and we're scrambling trying to find Clancy. He comes wandering in.
Yeah.
He comes wandering in through the
I'm
back.
like,
I remember this.
I'm like,
Where's Clancy?
I'm like, you're supposed to be on stage right now. He's like, oh, I am. He's like, did prayer requests go short? I said, I don't think so. But I mean, you know, usually if there's a segment, you're getting ready for your next one. You know,
that was so funny.
Yeah. Well, what was offering is next. So I had Brennan and Krista's outfits ready, and then I had Clancy's in my hand, and then Dawson's like, yeah, I need my outfit. I was like, okay, here, go. And then they went out, and like he's just standing there. I'm like, what are you doing standing here? And he's like, well, I'm not, like, I'm offering. And I was like, well, where's Clancy? You're in Clancy's outfit. And then Clancy finally comes back and is like, do. And it's just like, what's going on?
Clancy,
I don't know.
I know you feel like you're getting dragged through the mud in this episode.
No, we brought up your name several times, but.
We should have had him here. That's so funny.
I think you should bleep out the name every single time it appears. And so only Clancy will know that we're talking about him.
That would be funny. So we did the memory verse and then the offering. And so the offering, we did kind of a mini object lesson, I guess. Mm-hmm. So we had like the two containers. One was fancy and one was plain. And they, didn't matter which one they put the offering in.
Yeah, which did God prefer? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They were really torn up. They were really torn up about like which one to choose. Like,
were they?
Yes. Like they were coming to put their offering and they were like, didn't know. Like there were several little kids who like kind of went back and forth, and then one little boy went to put his in the box, and then he like changed his mind again and put it in the gold one. Like they didn't know the real answer.
Oh, that's funny. Well, and the idea there was like, I was like, they could put it in either one, and it is to be thought provoking. So I mean, I guess it worked. It's made them think about it, and then we followed that with an object lesson. And it wasn't really a fancy object lesson, but we have a treasure chest that's, I don't know, it's like 18 inches. It's pretty good size. Yeah, you can carry it though. But so we had a treasure chest, and then we had this little like bag, like a plaid, or not plaid, but like it's plaid stripe kind of bag, and like plain looking. And so then they do the big reveal, like, ooh, look at the treasure chest, and then they open it, and it's empty. There's nothing in there.
Yeah. Did Josh, like, end up, because I heard him say, I'm going to put my phone in here to make it look like treasure. Did that work or no?
Oh, no, he was going to put his phone in there for the script.
Oh. Why is everyone hiding the script in some way? I thought he was saying,
I need
it.
Shows how different the script was.
Yeah. I thought he was saying, like, I'm going to put my phone in here for a flashlight to, like, pretend there's treasure, but I was like, I don't think it's gonna show because the lights like are bright up there.
That's really funny.
No.
Everyone is hiding the script. That's like the third one that I've heard of.
He was gonna put it in there for the script. I said, well, you have to open it and show that it's empty. He's like, oh, okay, that's the whole point is showing that it's empty.
If he had those sticky phone cases that we have, he could have stuck it to the back.
Yeah, it would have been perfect.
Treasure chest.
So they do that. They show the treasure chest, and then of course the bag has a bunch of treasure in it. And so, and basically again the same point. And we're talking about like Cassian is so rich and wealthy, and that's what he depends on the outside, but God sees the heart. So that was the whole point there. Then, oh boy, talk about disaster.
Talk about disaster, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
All I'm saying is if my mom had been up here, she would have passed out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, if my mom her heart would drop out of her.
Did anybody get pictures of that? Oh, that would be.
I didn't because I choose life.
So.
I would send them to your mom. That would be fun. That would be like what Shaylee did.
I didn't because I immediately looked away.
This is the thing. A lot of it was my fault. But I would hold a cookie. Okay, just start. You can tell the story.
Well, we had cookies first.
Okay, so we had cookies.
Sugar cookies.
And this was a big deal, though, because we were trying to figure out, I wanted to do, originally I was thinking, we'll make them. But then I was like, that's a lot of work. And,
a lot of cookies.
And so, a lot of cookies
because last night.
Every kid needs 2
Wait
cookies.
a second. Last night, I was working all day, Then my dad comes up. He's like, do you think you can make like a bunch of sugar cookies? What?
Do you think you can make 95 sugar cookies?
Do you can make 95 sugar cookies?
110, yeah.
110?
Wow. Because everyone had to have 2 and it had to be
everyone had to have
each kind.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
And obviously you said no because we got them from Winco.
So what happened is Granny bought them, and let's explain the object lesson really quick.
Oh yeah.
So what we do at Snack is we split into small groups. So we do 4 small groups. We have group leaders, and the idea is to visit with the kids a little bit and stuff. So we do that all the time. But today was like a little lesson, a mini lesson, while they're in their groups eating snack. So the snack was to have each kid gets 2 cookies. One cookie looks nasty and the other one looks good, but they taste exactly the same. And so what we were going to do is like, well, in my mind was nice, pretty frosting on one, and then like messy glob of frosting on the other, and just sugar cookies. So they taste exactly the same, don't look the same. So it actually ended up looking a lot better because what my mom did is she went to the store, got the sugar cookies already frosted, and then she took half of them and like goobered them up and then put food coloring in it.
I just want to say that one of the
nasty
kids thought that it was the chocolate, and they said, "Can I have the chocolate ones?" I said, "These are not chocolate."
Yeah,
That's
and then
funny.
another
But
kid.
then I think everyone else understood in the end.
Yeah, another kid was like, wasn't he like throwing it up in the trash, like the gross one?
Oh my word! Yeah, he's
What?
like, he was like, he thought it was gonna be
disgusting
bad
or
He's like,
something.
"Oh," and he was like spitting into the trash. I was like, "Stop that!" I was like,
Drama.
It's the exact same.
Wow. Yeah.
But
Well, that's
Ashton,
funny.
He's like, oh,
well,
oh, you're right.
I was like passing out the cookies, and then I was just like grabbing them, whatever ones I got first. And Ashton got like a good one. He's like, "Yes." And I was like, "You also get this one." He's like,
That's so funny.
Well, so the disaster was, as I'm sure many people already know that are listening, that are more experienced than we are, we have carpeted floors. And
and so we have to rip out
What
the
a blessing.
carpet.
sugar cookies, and it was a mess.
It was so
Yeah,
bad, and it
it
didn't
was
help.
so
They
bad.
were really crumbly. Like
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
holding one out to a kid, and
It crumbled
the
in your
rest of
hand
it
like
fell
sand.
off my hand. I was
Well, and then there were some boys in one group that were purposely, they were just like
Oh.
watching it, like they were crumbling
Like,
it.
this
It was like,
is
ooh, this is so much fun.
art.
It's like
yeah.
sand.
Yeah, they were just crumbling them on the floor. And so then we had to go on, and we were like, kind of like you said backstage, I mean, it was just crunch time with the timers. And so Lizzie, my wife, she was like, "Should we pause for a second and clean this up?" I was like, "We can't."
Everyone
We don't
go
have
pray,
time.
and we will vacuum.
Yeah.
Well, Shay came back and she was clowning me about being on the snack staff, but I don't go out
Oh
there
yeah,
ever.
she never.
I said I'm a facilitator of the snack staff.
and we needed it because it took forever to pass out 2 cookies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
today it
when
was-
there's like a group leader and snack staff, I feel like you can give a group leader if it feels
No,
like a
well,
slump.
he came back and said,
Okay, well.
should not be throwing the snack. Can we please get snack
Who said that?
Him,
Oh, him?
that guy who
Oh.
owns the table.
Who made him in
He
charge?
gets me a shield of cookies. I said, "Oh,
Oh,
okay."
well, I was gonna go out and help, and then I saw that mess, and I said, no, that's not my deal. I
You
went
have to-
back
first of all, you gotta
immediately.
take out the cookie, and it has to not fall apart. That's the first challenge.
So that was a disaster.
And then you have to give them 2.
Yeah,
And then that was supposed to be a 4-minute segment. I think we went about 5.
8. Just kidding.
No, it was about 5 because then we
Yeah.
started putting benches back and it was a mess. And then we're kind of running out of time here, but we went to Planet Salvation, which was kind of another disaster. We
starts talking super fast.
we had I'm trying to wrap it
2x
up.
speed.
So we had our mics are having issues still.
Major issues. In fact, I've written sticky notes on the back one. Mike has
So,
issues.
Clancy and Josh are up doing Planet Salvation, and they don't have mics.
Oh
And they're
not
probably-
Clancy again.
Clancy
No,
again.
Clancy.
And, so Clancy and Josh, and they are, to give them a little credit, they are not up here nearly as often as
No.
most, and so they're less experienced. And Josh is like just started kind of being up here, and so, but they're up there and they're trying to. Clancy told me later, he's like I had it down,
Yeah.
and then he said I got up there and I couldn't remember my first line. He said then I got nervous.
Yeah.
And so he's pulling out his phone to look at
Yeah.
the script.
He was like,
again. I'm like,
And then,
oh my
Yeah.
also, first of all, Plan of Salvation, you should know this.
Yeah, you should
Second
know.
of all,
Although it was more than just the Planet
they're
Salvation.
worried about the lines.
also, Clancy and Josh said they memorized
The same part. Yeah.
And, like, they memorized steps 1 through 3 or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 1 and 2.
1 and 2, and they
Yeah.
didn't know 3 and 4
so
or something.
it was basically they had to say something like, the rich young ruler, about the rich young ruler,
Pull
and
out his phone. That's
then
hilarious.
go into repent, be baptized in Jesus' name, and receive the Holy Ghost, which they should know that, yes. But
They were just too worried about their lines.
Check your heart. Check
And
your
I told Adrian, I was like, it'll be interesting to see because sometimes people get hung up when there's lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I in practice, I said, look, the idea is to still be able to
you
ad
said
lib.
not to memorize them.
But this is just to provide context.
Yeah.
But I know because I've done many performances with, where there's lines. I know that you can get locked up by the lines. Like, am I getting the lines right? And forget that, okay, it's just the gist of it. You're just trying to, it doesn't have to be verbatim.
Yeah.
So we did lesson.
So you're going to do that again is my question.
What's that?
Are you going to want to do the lines again?
Yeah. I already have through 7 written.
15 weeks
Okay,
of
everyone
lines
prepare
that you just
yourselves.
memorize.
So we did the lesson and the altar call. And so basically I talked about the rich young ruler
The altar
and
call was really
Cassian.
good.
Yeah. And the altar
Also,
call was
the
good.
script, you put page 4
Oh, yeah,
as
this was a
page 2 or page
disaster.
1, and Shaylee came in the classroom
What?
at the beginning
So
of
when
the day.
you lined them up on the wall, it was like page 1,
Page
page
4.
4, page 2, page 3.
Yeah.
When you hung them up on the wall.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
I'm
really?
standing there. I was like, when do I go?
Yeah, she's like in her costume. She's like, wait a minute. And-
Which are you talking about by
The
the
little
door?
clips. No, inside
in
the costume
mine.
room.
Oh, really?
And so I'm
yeah.
standing there.
And then I was like, no, wait, we're starting the day with prayer.
yes,
like,
because I was like,
prayer?
I shouldn't be in this outfit. And she was like, no, wait, we're
Prayer.
starting the day with the prayer.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it was fine. Good thing there's numbers on these.
Yeah.
So we were in altar call, and basically church was dismissed, and I saw that right when I was doing the lesson. I was ending the lesson, and on the stage screen, Adrian sent me the message dismissed, and so it was flashing on the screen. So I decided to just go ahead. We were right there, and it felt like it was right, and I'm glad we did because it was really good altar call. It was good prayer.
Yeah.
And so we had altar call, and we probably only went about the 6 minutes. We didn't really go over, but there was parents up here waiting,
Yeah.
and stuff. And so then we wrapped up, and we did not do singing group today because of the cookie
Because
mess.
we
So
had
were like,
multiple people
we gotta-
vacuuming.
Oh, yeah,
since
we
this
had-
morning.
We had somebody with a broom on the
Oh, my
carpet.
And then we had-
3 vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
We popped the breaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
my word.
It was bad.
I'm
So-
glad I was not here for that.
Yeah,
It was
so
bad.
that was our disaster today,
That's
but
crazy.
it did go really well. So
It was a good Sunday school.
Yeah, it was good.
It'll
It was
be-
good. It was
it'll
very
be fun.
busy.
Yeah, it was very busy and fast paced, but
Yeah.
and I think the kids were really engaged.
Mhm.
I
Me
think so too. I think, like you said, the only thing we have is our transitions.
Yeah, the transitions needed
Yeah,
help.
we
But
want 'em-
I think it'd be so cool to have somebody on the lights and just black it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just, like, change the
Yeah,
scene.
her idea about the fading
yeah.
is
so
a
what
really
the
good
plan
idea.
is to have I have lighting cues in the script because I'm hoping to get the moving lights up.
Oh yeah.
And so I need to work on that, and so get those up. But that's probably going to involve another AV person for a while because Adrian's already running, or whoever's
Yeah,
doing AV is
I think
running.
you definitely need another person because that's a
Yeah,
lot.
they're running
Yeah.
sound and timers. And
Barely
so,
the timer.
yeah.
She's
All right,
on one
well,
today.
So I think we are at our time, and so that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
And scene.
And scene.